All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dallas City Championship. We are just beginning round number one, and we have five absolutely amazing artists stepping up to the easels. And these are all artists who have actually won events previously in Dallas. And so they are competing for a spot at the Texas State Championship. So very, very exciting stuff going on. I believe that I am just now being joined by my wonderful co-host, Max. Hi, Max.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. I don't know about you, but I'm particularly excited for this one to see some former champions from Dallas really just showing us what they've got. So, yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely ready to go.
Oh, me too. These guys are the cream of the crop of Art Battle Dallas, and I'm just jazzed. So here we are with Christine Irizarry, aka Tiny, and we can see that she's working on, I think she's creating a pill bottle.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing that. I'm liking the typography used already. We're seeing Prescription Nation. So already, I'm very, very intrigued about this piece. I love any time that any form of statement is made. Like the actual technique in terms of how jagged the lines are doing. I can't tell whether this will be the basis of the rest of her work or whether this will be sort of like a rough guide. So it should be really interesting to see how it develops.
Yeah, Tiny really likes to create pieces that have a level of whimsy but also make a statement. Previously, we've seen her do a lot of animal work. So it's interesting to see her going fully statement right away.
Interesting shout in the first round. I think, got to come out the gate strong, make those statements. So it should be interesting to see how their canvas develops as the evening goes on.
And here we are with King Dub, aka Willie Powell. And he is known for creating characters that are really exaggerated and inspired by graffiti.
Honestly, I think that comes across so clearly, even this early on with the canvas, barely even sort of 3 minutes in, the use of shape, the boldness of the colors. I can already see the really amazing reference there at the top of the canvas. So I can't quite tell if we're getting a cap of some sort or if that is the bill of a duck. Either way, I'm here for it.
We do. I would love a little bit of Daffy action. I
Yeah,
feel like that's
especially.
just what my heart wants right now.
See, that's kind of what my heart wants as well, especially in the bright pink hoodie, giving him a little bit of swagger, giving him a little bit of style, definitely imposing sort of the artist's sense of style, which is coming across as very, very cool onto the canvas.
Oh, for sure. King Dub always with the swagger. And here we are with Kay. And this is a cool start with all of these intersecting tape lines.
Yeah, and it seems that we're getting the just initial sort of building of, I can't even quite tell. It's this almost emerging and growing thing. It's giving me sort of vibes of roots from nature, the way that it seems to be just protruding from the central mass, which I mean really interesting to see how tape will come into form later, how we see these masses growing onto the canvas. So yeah, very interesting stuff.
And Kay really describes her work as being a collision of technical and the chaotic. So I thought that was a really cool way to describe her work, and I can't wait to see the chaos ensues.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know me, I'm a big fan of anything chaotic, so technical chaos. That sounds incredibly intriguing. I think it's very clear from the initial stuff we're seeing on the canvas. But yeah, very, very exciting stuff from Kay.
Whoa, so much has been done.
I was going to say, barely even in the first 5 minutes, and Jennifer Cooper there just absolutely going to work. Great base work on the actual canvas, which is always a smart tactic in Art Battle. We're just seeing what I believe, I can't tell if that's white paint or if it's being rubbed out at all.
I think maybe a little bit of a mixture of both.
Honestly, beautiful lines of motion with what I believe is the jellyfish. It's really giving that aquatic sense in terms of the way the canvas seems to really be floating with the colours, and it doesn't seem to be held very statically. It does seem to be very free flowing, which is really, really hard to do, especially in 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is completely wild to me that this is a 5-minute painting. We've seen many art battles where this would be representative of the full finished 20-minute painting. So you can really tell why Jennifer's in this final.
Oh, absolutely. Just, the perfect blend of efficiency, skill, and technique. And it's interesting you say that because, so I was lucky enough to do Art Battle Bangkok a few weeks ago. We had 2 people in the first round only using 10 minutes and both stepping away. And I believe they ended up going through to the final round. So some artists just absolutely know what they're doing, absolutely cracking on, and just are able to get that done just with lightning efficiency.
Oh man, I absolutely love that. I love when artists bring that sense of theatricality to the easel.
Oh, wow. It's so incredibly haunting. Because obviously we knew we were getting a pill bottle, but I'm just seeing the tiny, smudged imprints of what looks like hands on the inside of the bottle.
Yeah, so emotional. Really impactful imagery right off the start from Tiny.
Honestly, I'm a sucker for any sense of really capturing the macabre. Anything with an essence of darkness is very much in my ballpark, so very, very intrigued by this start. I'm just seeing now that obviously we're getting a little bit of highlights now with the black marker to really kind of give those jagged edges we saw initially put down.
I think my favorite thing about this piece so far is that she's got the typography in there, but she's obscured it. So it's more of a design element rather than an in-your-face statement. I like that she's obscured it a little bit to make it more subtle.
Honestly, that is such a fantastic point. And specifically, sometimes artists don't need to do that. It's the trust of having the people around and knowing that there's a choice been made to obscure it, and the more that you look at the canvas, you'll be rewarded by discovering that. So I think that's a fantastic point.
And this transparency that she's getting, you can tell she's being so careful with how much paint she's got on the brush so that she's not doing too opaque.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? I fully understand what you mean by just cool, because the use of colors in this, there's so much brilliant vibrancy, almost kind of cyberpunk-esque in the way it's using pinks and blues specifically to give it that vibrancy, but it's already got a swagger about it. There's a wholeness, just a natural stillness and coolness about this piece already.
Totally. I'm so here for the palette, and it's reminding me of early 90s windbreakers, and I really want one now.
Oh, absolutely. God, I used to have a handful of those, but I'm from the north of England, so let's just put it this way. There weren't too many of us going out in bright neon windbreakers.
Max, I think that King Dub heard you and talking about the punk influence.
I was going to say, literally, the commentator's curse is what I always like to call it, as in, you mentioned something very briefly in terms of, hopes of the canvas or anything, and then you're either seemed, to sway it one way, but I guess this is the opposite, because we're now getting what I believe the start of a yellow mohawk, which is radical as hell. Really, really cool.
There's, this level of playfulness here. The character's kind of aggressive, but it's so playful in all of its, pop imagery.
The actual aggression itself isn't being presented in an aggressive way. I know that sounds very silly, but it's the fact that there is a coolness that kind of takes the edge of that aggression to really sort of produce it as more of an attitude.
Yes, totally.
Really, really just great use of the really great depth of the color that's been placed into the background there, a very deep sort of use of blues, purples, and almost a very pitch blackness to the background. It's really making what this thing we're seeing in the foreground just really just kind of lay on top of it a bit more, really stand out.
Yeah, there's a depth that's being achieved here, and I'm thinking that the central feature is maybe a figure kind of falling into space.
Ooh, yeah, it's just the way that it seems to be twisting and tumbling. There is something about it that it seems to have a very locked in kinetic energy. It feels like it's colliding or falling, or it's something waiting to be released. Now that tension is being held. Either way, it's going to be really interesting to see how that sort of clarity develops in terms of the little details that be added onto it as the round goes on.
Ooh, and Speaking of details, we're already starting to hit in there with this marker here. Although
Say, what after you?
I think that Kay is having some difficulty with the marker working over top of the wet paint, though. Looks like it's just gotten clogged up.
Yep, it's honestly, it's one of the few things, like, very few times do we actually see, like, sort of like the constraints of the time being a big factor to work around. But as he was pointing out there, wet point and markers just sadly do not seem to mix. So it seems that she's now kind of realised that, is moving on to adding more shading onto the central figure, and is now just kind of like going, yep, it's okay, I've still got half my time, I can come back to this, which is a very, very smart decision.
And I love that we see her bobbing her head too, just underlines how relaxed she is about the competition in general, and also having to make that pivot, really displaying a lot of confidence.
Absolutely. Wow, I'm just loving I'm just seeing just like the little tiny details that are being added now to all of the figures, but it's so particular now because obviously a lot of this canvas was achieved with half the time, so now I really think that she can just like really take her time, really just add those like fine details, really make sure that all the lighting is just absolutely bang on, and so very, very good, like good stuff from Jennifer.
And talk about the glow. Jennifer is just the glow queen right now.
So, like it's luminescent with just paint, which is just stupidly difficult, but it almost has like that glare and that brightness of a bulb. And I'm trying to figure out what like it actually is in the back of that. It's like almost like some sort of like actual structure.
In a strange way, it's reminding me of like a diner or a gas station in the night, like glowing in the night.
I was trying to, because I was thinking the underwater thing, but it's giving me like, yeah, like a petrol station. Yeah, that's so fascinating. Oh, the fact that that is actually so clear. I wonder if like it's kind of like a weird melding of like a highway, but some form of like underwater elements as well. That'd be really interesting.
So cool. It's like contemporary Atlantis.
Oh, I love this. I love this so much.
Tiny has such an incredible way of communicating her themes and really balancing between the use of paint and the use of drawing.
Absolutely, but like for me personally, one of the reasons why I mainly love this canvas is it just seems jagged and sharp. It seems like we've gone from a very flowing piece with the water from Jennifer to this almost like I said, just like very gritty, very sharp, very sort of like angular, like just piece here that really does like come across as that. Even like the little tiny outlines of the pills is being overshadowed by this creeping figure being just smushed against the pill bottle.
I could totally see this being an alternative cover for Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
Oh, absolutely. Doing so incredibly well to, like you said, to actually capture the actual see-through plastic of a pill bottle, like to get the orange but to get the white highlights and having the figure it could have so easily been overrun by the very thick and harsh marker lines, but just an exceptional job of balancing that.
And back with King Dub now, and I love this little artist pro tip that we're catching of him using just the very tip of his pinky to balance his brush.
Just exceptional technique and display, but also I think I know what this, because I was trying to put my finger on it, what references. I think it is so Daffy Duck as Duck Rogers, with the mask and the bill. It's giving that, but it's giving that 90s street style as well. So I'm loving the fact that it's kind of a great meeting of sort of really different sorts of cultural references to really collide with this very effortlessly cool portrait.
So cool. The one of my favorite things about Art Battle is just seeing what's inside these artists' brains. You know, it would not come from anyone else's brain. This is a completely unique idea.
Absolutely, especially the fact that Art Battle travels the world. So every single Art Battle that me or you get involved with, it is so inherently unique to the actual artists themselves, where it's taking place in the world, what's going on within their climates. always so fascinating to see what these artists can bring, and every single time I'm just blown away by the ideas and the creativity.
Getting into some details of the face being revealed here. This has got to be a difficult angle to capture for Kid.
Absolutely. Like, initially, I couldn't quite make out the clarity of the figure, but like, I think you really hit the nail on the head of just this falling nature and the fact that their body is twisting through the air, which is incredibly hard to do it when you've actually got the time to really think about the way body will be like projecting through the space. So, you know, to get that down in like, what, 15 minutes, if that? Very impressive.
Yes, super complex in terms of just even figuring out how the joints would line up in this kind of tumbling free fall. Because you don't have the usual structure of the way gravity falls on the body when you're standing up to kind of have that roadmap. And so that's a really complex figure to depict.
Absolutely. And it seems that we're moving back to the markers. Hopefully the paint has had a little bit more time to dry, and it's looking like she's having a lot better look with the markers this time round.
I think you're absolutely right. Just a little few minutes of patience, and she's able to capture those elements that she was looking for.
And that's kind of what you need. Like, you know, she kept her cool, she relaxed, you know, she's just feeling herself. She just went and did some other stuff, and now she's coming back to really fully achieve what she wanted to get done a little bit earlier.
And as we were just talking about the surprise and delight of having artists revealing their unique ideas, I just love this from Jennifer. It's so completely just wholly her own. This gas station in the background with jellies and stars swimming in the foreground. Just such a unique take.
I think it's really clever because it's like the pitch blackness of like the bottom of the sea, where literally you get like anglerfish and jellyfish and like everything is only illuminated by the rare glimpses of light. But that's also kind of what you get driving home, especially in the winter months, where the only thing you will see is like headlights and the illuminations of like shops and gas stations. So I think it's a really interesting way of capturing both of those things. They both lend to each other because it's similar concepts of darkness.
Mm-hmm. There's such a beautiful dreamlike quality that's present here. I want to watch this movie, you know?
Yeah, it perfectly captures both moods. It's both the dead of night, almost dream-esque, and also just fluid and at the bottom of the ocean. And depicting one of those, as we've seen in our battle, is nothing short of incredible. So to kind of have them all meld together on one canvas is honestly just amazing work. Very impressed by Jennifer.
And in a way that works and communicates well, because having all of those elements and executing them individually, you know, there's the chance that that might not work, but she's just harmonized everything with that sense of glow. And it's really hitting a home run for me.
Oh, I'm loving the little details that are just being added now to this canvas. Like, we're just getting these really sharp, jagged shadow lines just coming off the pill bottle. Obviously, gotta love the tiny signature at the bottom right, but I'm so impressed with this piece. It's haunting, it's dark, but it's intriguing. It's molding all these things together so incredibly well. It's been very well captured.
Moving back over to Kingdom.
Wow, just the little highlights, the details, and the explosion of paint in the background, really just putting like the full stop on this canvas. So incredibly well done. Really like this piece.
And the play of the green and the purple is a really interesting tension, because you wouldn't necessarily think that they go together, and the use of the clash is just even more impactful. Oh, here we are with our countdown.
This is how we do it at our battle killers. We the only ones doing it like this. The bar is still open. We got tacos and tamales outside. We got vendors outside. Make sure you register to vote. If you have not registered to vote, register right now to vote for your favorite piece. Don't forget, each one of these is up for sale. You can place your bid, you can take it home with you today. Gift it for Christmas, put it in your house as a talking piece, a stocking stuffer, whatever. Art Battle Dallas at the Deep Mellow Art Company. The bar is still open, and we got Deep Mellow Art Company merch at the back. Go ahead and get you a shirt, a hat, something. Tamales, tacos outside. Get you something to eat while you're here. Let's go.
Wow, what an absolutely incredible first round of our Dallas City Championship. It is a good day for Art Battle.
I couldn't agree more. It's an exceptional day for our battle, and honestly, I don't think it could be more obvious that these are former champions and people that have done well in our battle before, because every single artist in the first round brought such amazing pieces of work for us, so incredibly impressive stuff, and this is just the first round.
And I really feel that everyone stayed true to their own style and just really went for their own authentic art. Sometimes it can be easy to paint something that you might know that the crowd would like, but these guys really stayed true to themselves, and I think that that's going to really translate to the audience as well. So voting is now open at artbattle.com/AB2532. So be sure to get in there and vote for your favorite artists. The top 2 artists from this round and the top 2 artists from our next round will be moving forward into a third and final round where one artist will be crowned the Dallas City Champion. All right, stay tuned. We will be back with round number 2 in just a few minutes.
Gotta put in work in this crazy occupation. Gotta put the move in. Gotta ride the waves and keep a tight relation with my team. Keep the move in and doing it right. Up in the lab every day till daylight. That's the way things move in this market business. I'm whole from the remix.
I need round two artists. Round two artists. I need you to your canvas. If you're in round two, I need you to start getting ready. Round two is on the way. Round two, let's go.
here. I can make it anywhere. Get it up here everywhere. I used to cop in Harlem. Over my Dominican, running up on Broadway. Pull me back to that McDonald's. Took it to my smash spot, 560 State Street. Catch me in the kitchen like a Simmons with new pastry. Cruising down A Street. All white Lexus. Running so slow with BK.
So I got myself some loafers.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. I got compliments on it. I told you I was in a loafer days. Yeah. I'm gonna get those the $300 loafers. I was only gonna get it if my bro wanted them. I told him, bro, you need
Peace, Cosmos, Labor Day Parade, rest in peace, Cosmos, Statue of Liberty, long live the World Trade, long live the Kingdom, long live the Empire State. In your face, show them shrugged your face. Just like you got sprayed by a can of mace. You see, the speaker is moving, everybody is moving. My song moves along as a strong 10 moving. The house will get no higher, the bass will go low. Cause it's your last and bass showing up, moves the floor. People can't get enough of the bass. Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. The pigs try to get it. Park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot. Get an attitude, pop it like it's hot, pop it like it's hot, pop it like it's hot. Got the really on, and I'm going short down and I'm over this. If I got it going on, I'm a nice dude with some ice cream. City ice creams, city's ice creams, algebra gotcha. $1 million boat, that's smarter than what's the exterior like crystals, an interior like suicide crystal. And it's society, it's the people who cheat on the man, that's how you get it. Kill the good degree, I'm a killer in the school, it's still make you feel like you chillin' in the heat. So don't try to run up on my ear, talking all that raspy shit, trying to answer shit. Woman, clear your pistol, ain't no passing shit. You should think about it, take a second. Matter of fact, you should take 4 and then before you go, stay there. Drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. The pigs try to get it. Park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot, park it like it's hot. Get an attitude, pop it like it's hot, pop it like it's hot, pop it like it's hot. Got the really on, and I'm going short down and I'm over this. If I got it going on, next up, what y'all do that? The big boss dog, yeah, I had to do that. I keep a blue flag hanging on my backside, only on the left side, yeah. If I got it going on, I'm a bad boy. When I'm out, drive my own car, I wear my own clothes. I hold up tough, I'm a real boss. Big sweet dog, yeah, it's so show. Go TV screen and read magazines. If you pay me close, you know the real thing. So you know,
what's up, que lo que pasa? Are y'all ready for round number 2? Hold on, I said y'all ready for round number 2. Don't forget round number 1, they still up for you can take it in the silent auction. I got them over here for sale. Minimum bid starts at $50. Take your favorite piece home. If you have not registered, to vote, I need you to do so right now. I got the QR codes right over here. The bar is still open. The bar is still open. The bar is still open. Without further ado, DJ Mike Villa driving. Contestant number 1, you can follow them on Instagram at it's.sakvaku. It's Saku. You can follow them on Instagram. Put your hands together for this. Juliet Sauku. Contestant number 2, follow him on Instagram at Mikey Rod. On Instagram at Mikey Rod. Put your hands together for Mr. Mikey Rod. Contestant number 3, follow them on Instagram at Let's Paint with Kim Folk Studio. Put your hands together for Derek. Last but not least, she has a booth outside. You can buy stuff from her right now. As soon as she's done, you go to the outside buy some of her work. She is on Instagram at riz.iliad_art. At riz.iliad_art. Put your hands together for this Carissa Maryland. You know how it goes. Y'all walk to your left, you stop at the bar, you get you something to drink and keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Are y'all ready? Round number 2. Are y'all ready for round number 2? If I can get the shot clock on the board, please. We ready to go. Here we go. I need y'all help count down from 5. Hold on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I need everybody moving. I need your legs working. Get you something to drink.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Art Battle. We are here for our Dallas City Championship. I'm here with Max Oral, and we have 20 minutes on the clock for these guys to go from blank canvases to incredible masterpieces right in front of your eyes.
We were just treated to a hell of a first round. We saw some absolutely stunning, thoroughly unique pieces, and I cannot wait to see how these next four artists will develop in the second round and which two will book their place in the final.
Ooh, I can already tell just checking out the top little sketch here, the reference drawing that she's got going on, that this is going to be a really dope piece.
This is Juliet's canvas. Yeah, I love it when we get to have a little glimpse of their references, because it kind of gives us just like a little pleasant sneak peek of what we can expect from the artists in terms of like style, in terms of maybe what they're going to be using. And so yeah, already so excited to see how that develops.
And getting a tiny little sneak peek with Mickey here as well. Mickey is really known for his monochromatic portraits in Art Battle, and he really knows how to do a lot with just a single color.
I mean, I can tell already just such precise technique is happening already, but already getting so much done in the first like minute and a half. And I'm a sucker for anything monochromatic. I mean, I'm a big old goth. What can I say? I love anything is monochromatic, so I'll be very excited to see what he can bring in this round. I'm already loving the subtle sketching of the figure, and I'll love to see how that builds and grows into the canvas.
Yeah, I think that's a great point about the building and growing into the canvas, because right now the figure is situated it's quite small in the canvas, and so I think there's a lot of opportunity for like energy capture to be emanating out of the figure.
And especially when you're working with monochromes, if you don't have like, you use the full back of the canvas and use that in very dark, then it's usually something that really starts in one place and seems to really build and grow as like the sketches, the line work, as it all just seems to like really impose itself on the canvas. So really excited stuff to see how that does grow as the time goes down.
And here we are with Derek Williams.
Already loving the vibrancy of the paintings. I think we, both of us briefly noticed before we just got going here, the paint box that's being used has got such really beautiful, vibrant paint in it, and already we're seeing that being depicted onto the canvas. I think we're going to get ourselves a spot of jazz, which I'm very happy with.
Me too. The immediacy that Derek is able to capture with his works. I've had the opportunity to see him paint a few times, and he just really has this unique ability to capture movement and energy from his figures.
Yeah, you can see he's working incredibly fast, but like to get everything so like angular and bold and really capture some amazing shape work that quickly, like that must have been so incredible to actually witness it live. Like I'm absolutely loving it, like streaming it with you guys, but already just making a great start to the canvas.
And some nice color choices as well. I really like this bluey gray against the red of the pants.
I really hope that, like, you know, after a couple of cycles round towards the end of the second round, we'll be hopefully seeing lots of bright, bold colors really standing out, just using those amazing shapes as we're seeing, you know, already being displayed. Yeah, very much digging this one. Digging the colors, digging the musical influence in this. Really cool.
And also, I'm taking a little peek at his paint, and it's quite thinned out. I'm always just looking for what is the artist's unique use? Like, what is the thing that they're doing that only they do, or their little tweak that they've got going on? And I think that these might be like watered down house paints almost. There's a great opacity there.
I think you could be right there, because it's definitely one that, like, I know that I haven't seen used too often. So very unique to the artists themselves.
Oh my gosh, look at the bubbles.
They are, like, literally, I had to really kind of almost do a double take for a second there, because I thought that like that was potentially some form of like using of bubbles to then have paint drying afterwards. But no, I think that's just being freshly done, which is just silly impressive if that's the case.
So cool. I think I'm really hoping that we get an opportunity to see Carissa do it again, but I think that she actually like blew paint bubbles with a straw right onto the canvas. Wild.
It's moments like that in Art Battle that I absolutely live for, just seeing so many different techniques used, but also just such a creative way of producing the bubbles on the canvas, because it makes sense. If you wanted to pick bubbles, gotta make some bubbles. Like...
And Carissa also taking on a profile portrait, which I always say is one of the more difficult figures to execute because you have to be so careful with the proportions of the face.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, working with that time constraint as well, it means that you have to be doing that so incredibly fast and really trusting your techniques with something like this. I mean, I'm absolutely sure that she'll knock it out of the park, but it's nothing short of impressive to take on such a challenge like that in such a short space of time.
And Carissa also painted in the 2022 Texas State Championship, so she is no stranger to the AV easel, and she always really paints her heart out.
Wow, I'm loving the motion of the hair that Juliet's really achieved, you know, in the first little half of this round. Like, flowingness of like a big thicket of hair is really being produced well on the canvas at the moment.
Yeah, this is stunning. I love the kind of ghostly application that she's got as well. You can tell that she's done that more or less with dry brush. And we've just got these beautiful lines where the bristles of the brush have picked up different colors and just kind of wisped them onto the canvas.
Yeah, and I think I can tell from the reference of what's being doing now, I think we're getting these beautiful bits of foliage and like flowers being produced on the canvas. So we'll have the very thick, almost sort of like dry brush application of the plants with the very soft application of the hair really contrasting with each other. I think this has got great potential as a piece of work.
Oh, absolutely. And even just looking at the way that she's mapped out the figure, there's small subtleties where she's kind of figured out where she wants her light and shadow, but she hasn't quite fully punched it in yet. And it's just showing me how well she's mapped out this piece. Like, I guarantee that she's practiced this piece at home.
Oh, absolutely. But also to capture the full scope of the face so softly with just what seems to be like the shading and the light work, and still having such clarity that we can make out the nose, the lips, the eyes, the eyebrows, the structure of the chin. To do that just as like your base like outline that quickly is just so incredibly impressive. Really, really cool. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
We're in the big leagues.
God, there is such beautiful pain and aggression being captured with the monochromes on this. Like, I'm absolutely loving this canvas.
Yeah, Mickey is just killing it with this visceral expression, and you can really feel the clench of the fist here.
You can see it in the tension of the eyes, the slight creasing of the brow line of the eyes, and even just the slackened jaw of a scream is so unmistakable. It's also incredibly tough to kind of get that level of emotion as clear cut as he seems to have managed this early doors. So very, very impressive stuff. Oh, it's so sorrowful. It's so macabre.
Absolutely. I feel this in my chest.
Yeah, it gives you that lump in your throat, that feeling of that almost burst emotion that's waiting to come out. So just beautiful stuff.
And I love that Mickey has chosen this for his subject matter for the championship as well. This is gotta be really grabbing for the audience. This is just something that just immediately pulls you in. And I think everyone has a moment of relatability where they've experienced pain like this. And so to see it displayed and to see it coming alive in front of you has got to be a really cool experience.
Absolutely, but like one thing I'm really hoping to see with this canvas in like the second half of this round is I really want to see the beautiful like really thick jagged black shading on the right hand side of the shoulder I want to see that really envelop the portrayal of the person on the canvas. I really want to see that being almost an overwhelming presence on the canvas for that figure.
Absolutely. Oh, cool. A wireless hairdryer here.
Honestly, you know, like we had some issues in the first round where one of the artists wasn't able to initially use their marker pens because the paint was still wet. You don't have that trouble when you got yourself a little mini hairdryer.
Derek Williams, such a pro.
You know, headphones on, getting those bright colours out, really just taking time to just kind of dry everything, make sure everything's there. Still got half...
Excuse our mild camera issues here. And we're back.
There we go. Good stuff. Honestly, technology, you can never trust it.
The vibrancy of the yellow background here is really helping to make our foreground figures just jump off of the canvas.
Absolutely. You can definitely tell that this artist has got a great command of just colour matching. Really making sure that they're making the most out of their colours, making sure the vibrancy's there, really playing around with sort of like the levels, having the blues and reds like on the figures and having the bright yellow in the background. So very, very good stuff.
Back.
So, whilst we are now coming over again, and wow, this canvas is looking amazing. As we mentioned, capturing the side profile of any like sort of like portraits of figures is such a difficult thing to do because you're working with so many different angles. You're working with proportion sizes for the actual like neck, face. You're working with like, you know, brow lines, hair lines, lighting, shading. So the fact that this figure has come across very, very clearly with this beautiful pale blue and the bubbles in the background, it's really showing just the full depth of skill that artist has. And I really like as well that we've got a little QR code there being shown to you on your screens currently. So if you want to check out the artist, I think that's a very good way of actually going to any of their pages. But if you do want to see any of the artists that has performed today in Dallas, if you go to artbattle.com/AB2532 or artbattle.com, then you will be able to see full profiles of all the people that have actually performed in Art Battle today in Art Battle Dallas. You'll be able to find their socials, you'll be able to support the artist, you'll even be able to bid on the pieces of work that you're seeing tonight. So if you've really been particularly moved by anything, you could take that home, which I think is a fantastic opportunity. As I always like to say, show the artists some love. But yeah, I think we're just seeing the applications there of some really lovely shading work happening with the hair now. We've had some really solid details added in the form of some ear jewellery with a couple of like high ear piercings and a couple of rings in the lobes of the figure that's being painted for us now. Really, really cool stuff. I'm really liking the style of this piece.
I agree. There's just such a careful care towards the details of the figure.
Absolutely.
Oh,
whoa!
so
Wow.
nice. You really have such a full sense of movement with this piece.
I think that's such an important thing in Art Battle, especially when working with stuff like that. You can tell when a canvas has got like really good and clear-cut captured motion. This is just absolutely nailed, from the foliage to the hair. Like, you know you're onto a winner when both of us two, our first initial reaction is us just going, oh.
I cannot wait for the eye contact from this piece. I'm so excited.
They've done, like, such a beautiful job of capturing, like, it's very, very subtle pale skin tone. It's only ever really showing like the thick paint lines and the darkness on the neck and like and little tiny bits of like the details of the nose and the mouth. But the way that it's been like shaded and lit is almost perfect. Like That is ridiculous command of skill, especially knowing how to really get the lighting done on the face. That just absolutely dead on.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. There's such a wonderful use of subtlety here and restraint.
Honestly, I'm fully with you. I feel like if there was actual block colour in the background, I think it was the right choice to have just the white of the canvas with very subtle things laying on top. If there was an underlayer to this canvas, for example, I think it would have lost a lot of the motion and a lot of the beauty found in this canvas.
Great point. Ooh, I think your wishes are coming true.
It is, and I'm very, very happy because I'm in love with this canvas. It's genuinely, it's suffocating in the most pleasant way because I feel that really gives over the emotion of what, like, how bereavement, anger, grief can really come across as, because it is a suffocating emotion when you're really in it, and I think the artist has done just truly, truly incredible job at capturing that.
Yeah, it's such a unique talent to be able to communicate emotion with this level of clarity and intensity, and also technical skill.
Oh, absolutely. Like, one little mistake in terms of adding too much in the background or to obscuring the figure too much within the face and the body, and you would lose that emotion, you would lose the way that you can see the tension in the figure. So to be absolutely just dead on, really catching it, but still having this darkness surrounding it, just, oh, I'm blown away with this canvas in particular. I really, really like this.
Ooh, that hit of blue. Yes.
Yes! Oh my god.
In the final minutes, adding a new color.
I feel like we've both really been on a particular journey with this, but the blue is that's a stroke of genius. It's just adding another dimension. The way that he's also using, I believe that's a spackle or a knife, because you're getting like little subtle streaks where the paint's been cut away. If you notice on the left-hand side of the canvas, so it gives a little bit more texture, but also room for the black and the blue to like breathe together.
And I really like that he went for the blue because I feel like it mirrors the emotion. And I think if he had gone for something brighter, it would have been too much of an attention command. I think that there's a subtlety here that he's working with, and it's just an enhancement.
I think red, because you could have gone with red with anger, but I think that would have maybe lost some of the complexity, whilst the blue really just nails it home. And, oh, wow!
You really get a sense of the musicality here.
Yeah, because, like, especially jazz is such an amazing free-form art, especially within music, and I feel to capture that, like, within the actual, like, confines of a canvas is very, very difficult to kind of get over that free-form nature, to get the vibrancy of jazz, to get the vibrancy of music, but honestly, absolutely nailed. The lines of motion are both chaotic, but really, really intentional. Beautiful highlights of black and white, and just like the little sidebar being the piano as well. It's so, so good.
Absolutely brilliant. And I think you nailed it on the head. There's just such a great capturing of energy here. And yeah, I love the way that you said that, the intentionality, that there's an organic quality, but it's very intentional also.
Honestly, like, it's the little details as well, like the little jagged bits underneath the stool being used as like highlights of white and black, as opposed to just being like any solid structure. I think that's really clever as well. Also, just the fact that like this, like, I could imagine seeing this like being performed live, like cinematically. If you were to go like, oh, show us what like a jazz band playing in full motion would be like, it would be something like this. So really, really just like the way that this piece has gone in terms of its motion and its direction and how sort of like free-flowing it is.
And I love also that Derek has stepped away from the canvas too and is taking stock on any final strokes that he might want to make, just making sure that he's not overpainting it.
Absolutely. Oh, wow.
You can feel this smile.
The canvas is just giving joy. The use of colours, the expression, the bubbles, like the swirling nature of the flowers behind the figure. So just the little details, like the little highlights of colour in the hair as well. It's such a contrast to the monochromatic piece we saw.
Oh my gosh, I'm so pleased with this eye contact here, and especially that the eyes are the same green as the foliage.
Absolutely. There's a beautiful softness in the eyes, but it still holds great intensity with the look. And I feel like it really is, for this canvas in particular, I feel like it's really like just the cherry on top. It's just the like the last little thing that just really ties this together, and wow, I'm blown away.
And we have just finished
Don't forget
the
to
round.
vote. That's the most important part of it. All of these pieces go on for auction, go on for sale. And I ain't gonna lie to you, some of these are top-notch, high-quality paintings. You can get them for only $50 if you place your bid right now. We go take a slide in the mission. The bar's still open. Get you something to drink. We got tacos and tamales outside. We also got Carissa. She was actually performing in front of y'all today. She's got her own booth outside, so if y'all want to go check out her work. If you don't want to take that piece home, you can take some of her other work home. Don't forget to register. If you're on social media, make sure you tag us. Art Battle Dallas, D Bellamar Company. Art Battle Dallas, D Bellamar Company. Make sure you take advantage, meet everybody, say hello. Vote. We'll be back shortly. DJ Mike B.
Wow, what an absolutely beyond phenomenal second round for our Art Battle Dallas City Championship. I gotta say, I'm massively impressed by all of these pieces.
I couldn't agree more. We're seeing such amazing contrast between each of the canvases, so many amazing techniques being used. Any one of these absolutely stunning piece of work and these great artists could book themselves a place in the final, but sadly, only 2 of them from this round will go through, so you absolutely need to back your favorites.
And you can do that now by heading over to artbattle.com/AB2532 to cast your vote for your favorite artist. Voting is open for rounds 1 and rounds 2 if you missed round 1, and we will be announcing our finalists shortly. The top 2 from round 1 and the top 2 from round 2 will be moving forward into a third and final round with a brand new canvas, where we will then determine who is the Dallas City champion and who will be moving on to the state finals in spring. So lots of exciting stuff coming up. So be sure to stay tuned.
Whenever they say, wow, it's the same glow. What to me, I say, yeah, it's the same dough. We the same type. You my alien. You have me sleeping in the same bed, ain't I? You're around with me, you consider me the best. Take a few shots, let it burn in your chest. We could vibe down, put a nerd in the deck. Funny how a few words turned into sex. Playing in the street, joint called brain. Mom took a hand, made me swerve in the lane. The name malicious, and I burn every track. Clips and J Timberlake. Now how heavy is that?
Round three is on the way. We got winners and contestants moving on to round number 3. I need everybody inside. So we can announce the contestants for round number 3. Once again, I am your host, High Note. That is your DJ Mike B. Shout out to everybody that came out tonight. We want to thank you and tell you guys we appreciate you for showing up. Don't forget, the silent auction is still going. There are some masterpieces up for sale. Starting bid start off at $50. You got that right now. Bar's still open. Get you something to drink. They still got tacos and tamales outside. We still got vendors outside, so go ahead and check them out at the end of the round. But without further ado, wait. We got a couple of introductions we want to do. I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful, what would you call it?
Boss lady.
Boss lady. That's a great word for it. Miss Michelle, here she goes. You ready?
Thank y'all. Just really quickly, thank you again. I say it every time the community really shows up and shows out for these artists. It is not an easy thing for them to get up here and do what they do. So big congrats to all of our artists that showed up again. We had an awesome, amazing season. So for some of you who aren't familiar with Art Battle, this is actually an international event. It's all across the country, all across the world. We have some new Texas cities that are going to be popping up next year. So the winners are actually able to go up against other cities, other states, and other countries. So it's a really cool opportunity. If you're an artist and you're interested in getting involved, we start it up again. I don't have the exact date for next year, but just keep following us on Instagram and our artbattle.com page. It's free to register. You go to artbattle.com, upload your photo, upload some information about you, and then you wait for an amazing email from one of our people, and then you are up here. But we want to definitely give a shout out. Deep Ellum Art Co. has been literally our family here for the last 4 years. 4 years now. So just a big shout out to Deep Ellum Art Co. This venue, for those who don't know, as you guys see, they really support local art. So if you are interested in how to get your artwork out here, how to really get involved, please make sure you contact the guys over there at the bar, and they can give you information on how to do that. Art Battle is actually all about community. Even though it's competitive, these artists will come, to the shows. They support each other. They connect. It's an amazing way to promote themselves, especially when, normally you don't get outside of your comfort zone to do this. There are a lot of organizations as well in the community that really support art. And there is one that I wanted to give a few minutes to just kind of tell you about them, what they're doing out here in Deep Ellum, and just share with us what you're doing here in the art world.
Hi guys, my name is Brianna Lee and I'm the president of the Deep Ellum Community Association. We've been in the neighborhood since 1992. Most recently, we've opened the Deep Ellum Community Center, which is up Elm, next to the doggy daycare, if any of you know where that is. And we are building out an artist in residence program there. Carissa Nally, who's competing today, is one of our artists in the space. And we do have an art gallery in the space to showcase local artists. Also, what I'm really here to talk to you about today is this little event that we did back in the spring, the Deep Ellum Community Arts Fair. You may have been here where we took over the heart of Deep Ellum and brought about 80,000 people to Deep Ellum. I really thank that the Art Battle Dallas family for allowing me to be here today and to encourage cross-pollination between our artists in the community in Dallas and Deep Ellum and the Art Battle Dallas community. We are providing, I've got in my pocket, these little coupons for discounts on the application fee for next year's Deep Ellum Community Arts Fair. So if you'll come see me or just put it in your memory bank, we are deepellumfair.com and your coupon code is Art Battle. And this is available not only for artists who compete in Art Battle, but who are just part of the Art Battle family and are interested in learning more about participating in the Deep Ellum Community Arts Fair.
There's more ways to get involved and put yourself out there. So, I guess we're ready to figure out who's going to round 3. Yeah! Boy, this one tough. Again, shout out to all you artists because you guys are amazing. There are no losers in our competition, but you hear your name, you know what to do, get ready, get your stuff ready, get your canvases. Raph, where you going? You gonna help? He always try to shy away from the mic. All right, are you ready? I can do this. You want to help? Okay. All right. From round one, you're gonna go to canvas 1. We have Jennifer Cooper. All right, for round 1, the next artist, Kinda. Right, from round 2, going to round 3. Let's give it up for Carissa Nally. Last but not least, canvas 4. We have the one, the only, Garrett Williams. It's about to be a battle. Shout out to all of our other artists. Stick around. Don't forget the live auction. So the live auction for round 1 and 2 will end right when round 3 is over. Round 3 will have about 10 minutes, and you will get an email to if you want to bid on round 3's work. So please make sure, pay attention to your text messages that you're getting if you are bidding for art, because we want to make sure you take that home. All right, artists, get ready, please.
Good luck. Good luck, baby.
All right. Who's ready for round number 3? I need y'all to put them hands together for round number 3. All right, let's get this show started. Let's go ahead and drop that drum line. Contestant number 1 for round number 3. Contestant number 2, you can follow him on Instagram at k._theartist and on TikTok. Put your hands together for Mr. King Good. Contestant number 3, she done been here, she done done that. She got a booth outside. Go ahead and check her out on Instagram at riz.alien_art. Put your hands together for Carissa, nigga, y'all. And last but not least, the final contestant for round number 3. You can follow him on Instagram at Let's Paint with Kim Folk Studio. Put your hands together for Mr. Derek Williams. This right here is the best of the best of the best of the best. Don't forget the bar is still open. We still got vendors outside. We about to put the shot clock up. They're gonna have 20 minutes. So without further ado, help me count down from 5. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need y'all to keep it moving to my left, to my left, to my left. Let's go. Round number 3. Check in on Facebook, tag us on Instagram, get you a drink. Art Battle Dallas.
This is my dream.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Dallas City Championship of Art Battle. We are here for our third and final round of the night, and we are very excited to have Jennifer, King Dub, Carissa, and Derek stepping up to the easels for the final round of this championship. I'm here with Max Oral. Hey, Max.
Hello, lovely. How are you?
So good, so stoked. What a round. Or what a lineup for our round.
I was going to say, like, I loved the performances we got in round 1 and round 2 from these artists, so thoroughly deserved. We've got them now in the finals, so I'm just excited to see the development from their original piece of work, if we're going to get some new directions, if we're going to get some changes. Yeah, I think I'm just very excited to see how the final round goes.
Ooh, already we're getting some really cool sketch work from King Dub.
Yeah, so we were treated to sort of that really iconic, cool as hell style in the first round. I believe we got I think it was the Daffy Duck in the bioluminescent windbreaker. It was such an iconic look. So I'm hoping we could get more of that signature style, but we're now getting a more profile look at one of his characters, which I think would be really cool to look at.
Ooh, I'm excited about this piece. I know that no matter what direction it goes, there's going to be so much vibrant attitude here.
Absolutely, and I love the minute that you say that. We're already being treated to this very vibrant, bright yellow as one of our starting shades on the canvas, so hopefully just looking to see more of that amazing colour, more of that amazing boldness that we saw in the first round, and just see how we can get just any form of development and growth from that first round piece.
And such careful planning too, his marker must have just dried enough 3 seconds ago to put yellow over top of that, because I would think that laying yellow down over fresh black marker would be such a risky move, but perfect, no bleeds.
Absolutely. I mean, it had the potential to really kind of go against King Dojo there, but definitely see where a little bit of the experience is coming in. Artists that really know that, how to really make the most of their time, how to really crack on with their piece.
Yay! Look at this bubbles!
Yes! I love how immediately the bubbles come out, and me and you are both just yes, the bubbles!
I was so happy that we caught that. I'm so happy. I've never seen that before. It's so cool. Carissa, just bringing the whimsy and the texture at once.
Absolutely. I feel like it's so important to really sort of put out your uniqueness and your style early on in the rounds, because you want to be chosen as the favorite. You want to win at the same time as showcasing your work, and I think that's such an amazing little artist signature, because I have done many art battles, I'm sure that you have, and I've never seen bubbles used in quite that way to really just add texture into the background.
It is absolutely spectacular. I never have seen it. And I'm so pleased that we caught this moment where she's literally blowing the bubbles off of the canvas and they're flying through the air. It's such a performative element.
Also, it captures the actual essence of the bubbles so well, as we're seeing them almost hit the the floor as they're being blown off. We're seeing them on the canvas, and they look almost identical to their 3D counterparts, so that's an incredibly tough thing to do.
Perfect. Just perfect.
Ooh, really digging the vibe so far.
Yeah, Derek Williams. Bringing it, so different approach from his first round qualifying piece, where we had these figures that were not featuring facial markers, but we're still seeing his signature style with these kind of compartmentalized colors, but it's just zoomed in super far, and I love it.
Absolutely. I love the shift of going, okay, so we've seen the actual form of the person, now we're going to go into more detail with the same style and actually focus on like the actual expression of the face, which we didn't have in the first round. So I think that's not only a really smart call in terms of like showing those changes and those differences, but also seeing what that will look like in Derek's style as well is going to be really fun to just witness.
Totally. Showing his breadth of ability, but also consistency of his own visual language.
Exactly, and that can be such a tough thing to balance in terms of like, do you go with stuff that you know that worked for you the first round? Do you try and do something completely polar opposite? Like, it's such a hard choice.
And back over with Jennifer, and I just love her palettes.
Yeah, like we were treated to the lovely like luminescent of like the darkness and the blues, but all the whites that we used seem to shine like an actual bulb. And now I think we're getting some like a really great technique here, using the back end of the brush to just slowly start scratching away at the paints that have been laid down to start to paint this figure, almost like it's existing within the night sky. I'm sensing a good theme of like nighttime and darkness with this artist.
And the way that she's capturing the gesture of the figure, there's like this restful quality here, and she's also got the figure kind of hunched a little bit, which is mirroring the shape that she's creating with the exterior circle.
Absolutely. Like, love the fact that also we've got a swirl of colours. So we've got them all kind of like moving together in this like round sort of like globe in the middle of the canvas. And I really do think it's given it some exceptional motion, but also just the way that we get the highlights of the blue, the white, the slight darker edges on the like outwards of the circle. Should be really interesting to see if we contain the work purely within that, or if we do slowly branch out as the time goes on.
So much fun already with this piece.
Oh, it's just so much style. Like, that is something which like I feel like certain artists that like I've seen in the past have been able to really bring, which is like this really cool, effortless style that just kind of exudes like this coolness and this calmness. And I honestly think that's being brought on this canvas like in tenfold. It's so cool.
Oh, definitely. Such a vibe. And he's so unafraid to be playful with color.
I'm a big fan of any form of bold colours, just anything that really sort of like wants to command the attention in the space, and anything that like when you look at, it's like, nah, you want to look at me, you want to look at the vibrancy of it. So I think that's a great shout, especially in something like Art Battle, where those little things do kind of like pit you up against your fellow competitors.
True. And also the boldness and the vibrancy of the color that he's using is going to be something that super stands out to audiences that might be viewing the piece from farther away. So we on the stream are right up close here, but people who are in the room, you can see that they're maybe 10, 15 feet away. And so a piece really needs to communicate from up close, but also from farther away. And I think that King Dub is really achieving that here.
Absolutely. I think it's just a great way of like, when you're viewing it as close as we are, we get to see all the little details, all the fine lines, but further away, you still get the full breadth of the work and you get that amazing colour.
Ooh, I'm loving this fur texture that Carissa's got going on.
Absolutely. I'm really loving, because in the first round, even though we still had the theme of the bubbles, it was a very bright and very whimsical piece. We got lots of pale blues, lots of foliage, and we got the side profile of like this beautiful, bright, colourful portrait. Whilst now I like the fact that we seem to be not working with many colours and more monochromes. I think that's a great shift for her.
And we're still getting the evidence of like the artist's hand, you know, like her style and her execution and her line work is still coming through, even though she's totally shifted palettes. So gotta say, Carissa killing it.
Absolutely, that as well. And I think there was a point that you mentioned the last time we did, I think it was Art Battle London together. The actual performance of the artist can be so important with the way that a lot of the people in the room, a lot of people viewing vote. And I love the fact you've got the pageantry of the blowing of the bubbles. You've got her sitting on the floor because it's a comfort thing, but also it's a performance to me as well. It's giving such a great performance in terms of the actual creation of the canvas, which is something which like I definitely think is equally as important.
Totally. And even just having her on the floor too, I'm sure is drawing audiences closer to her as well as they are kind of craning their necks to get a view. It feels like you've kind of stepped into Carissa's studio within this larger stage.
Absolutely. Oh, really liking how dark we've now gone with the back of the canvas. It's really helping those bright, beautiful colours really just stand out. So really amazing work from Derek here.
Yeah, this is dope. I did not call that it was going to be a dark background, but it really sets everything off, and yeah, just such a good choice.
It's reminding me of something. I'm trying to actually, you know what it kind of almost like reminds me of? It's giving me slight airs of a piece that earlier I think that you saw today by Real One Art. You know, in terms of like really bright, colourful expressions with like a dark background
and exaggerated features. Totally.
Also, here we go. We've got obviously the hairdryer, which anytime any artist uses the mini hairdryer, I think is just, it's so smart, it's so clever. They're thinking about the time constraints, especially with like the paints that they might be working with. So anytime it gets busted out, I'm like, okay, they've really thought about, you know, the actual competition and the mechanics of the competition.
So pro. And even just watching the way that he's doing it right now, I can see the paint mattifying, and like we're literally seeing how accelerated the drying rate is just from the addition of this tool.
So it's going to be really cool to see, like, once these colours have actually dried a bit, once we've got a little bit of that starting to settle, hopefully we get like a really good contact with the eyes. We kind of get to see like a little bit more in terms of like just like the little subtle details. Like I loved the white and black shading lines from the second round. So I'm really hoping we get more of that.
Oh, the addition of wings! What?
Wow, that's very powerful. Like, just the fact that like finer details are being scratched on with the back of the paintbrush, but then the actual paintbrush itself is being used to give these huge majestic wings. Just wow! I think it's giving the Angel of Justice with the scales and the sword, but it looks like a fallen angel almost.
Yes, this Angel of Justice is weary from carrying the burden of providing justice. That's like the feeling that I'm getting here. There's this morose quality and like such a statement.
Exactly, like sometimes an art piece can be like just a step above because of the way that it reads to, you know, the consumer, and both of us are reading into this weariness of this presentation of justice and what that means as a statement, and how beautifully and just so solemnly it's being presented. Just a really, really stunning canvas that's coming to shape here.
And so apt for the times that we're in. Just really, this piece is just singing in so many different ways. We had a wonderful technical execution and just a fantastic narrative that I'm sure that so many people are picking up on and are just really connecting to.
Absolutely, just an amazing artist presenting very apt, very particular themes that I think we can all absolutely, you know, share and discuss upon, and just executing it with their unique style. So, just an incredibly strong showing in this final round. Oh, hells yeah. Okay, I'm absolutely here for this.
I love this third eye.
I do. It's giving sort of like... It's giving sort of like a bit of a trip, if you catch my drift. It's giving trippy vibes. Sure. It's kind of like... Yeah, it's giving something a little bit like pleasantly chaotic. So rather than being something like... Because usually with stuff like that, the ethereal, I always get inspirations of dreamscapes, but... this is giving me some more like trippier vibes, like sort of like those influences of a lot of like 60s art.
For me, it's like Cheetos dusted with psilocybin mushrooms.
Literally, it's like, I mean, hey, it ain't easy being cheesy. Let's just put it that way.
Oh man, this piece is awesome. This is going to be such a conversation piece for whoever the collector is.
Oh, absolutely. I love the texture in the eyes. There's a weird, like, scratchiness in the balls, like the pupils of the eyes, that makes it seem like there's almost like this weird laser quality of it. it's got great connection because like I think that's so important when depicting any form of eyes. But there's a great shagginess about it that, like I said, it's just giving a bit something trippy, a bit something electric. You know, it's really, really turning out. It's so cool.
Yeah, there's definitely like a vibrating quality in the eyes.
Oh.
She did so great with these stripes.
Honestly, just every single time that we've returned to this, we've just had like another development and just the little fine details now that's been placed onto this majestic beast. It's going so far, but yet again, it's still linking with the bubbles, it's still showing great technique. I'm really, really impressed by the artist.
Me too. I think that Carissa has a good shot at going to the Texas State Finals once again. This piece is super strong.
Yeah, like you can definitely see why they've done well in the past with Art Battle. Like, they are showing great technique, they're showing an interesting command of their techniques. Like, there's a pageantry to their work, which I'm really, really here for, being somebody like who studied theatre myself. And so yeah, I'm just very, very impressed with both their showings, but I think particularly they're really, really hitting the nail on the head in this final round.
And I really like that Carissa has kept the stripes just slightly diffused. They're not like a super pure black. There's a little bit of toned out quality to them, and it just makes it that much more real.
Yeah, I think it just kind of gives it like that little bit of texture. Whilst if it was, like you said, if it was a little bit more like deeper and block, it would have maybe came across as like a little bit two-dimensional. But there's great movement, there's great detail, there's a great quality about actually capturing the full majesty of the animal, which I think has just been absolutely nailed.
And a fun thing also that she's got the profile of the animal, because in the first round with her we had the profile of a human portrait, and now we've got the profile of an animal. So this is kind of one of the linking factors between the two pieces.
And we're getting the really great striking line work now from Derek. Like those little highlights of the white and black, just adding texture onto these shapes. I'm really, really liking the artist's style of using like these little things to highlight the really bold and colourful shapes.
And I'm so here for these long stripes of white. I bet that he's using a sign painter's brush that's a little bit longer.
I love also like it's just like a little small detail, but I love the puckering of the lips, because the fact that like the way that the lines have been done so well in terms of that cross, that it really is giving sort of like that's like almost like when you pucker up and it's like a sourness, but it's got so much like playful character to it as well. I'm really, really digging this.
Me too, and I like that you pointed out the playfulness of it, because we usually don't encounter that level of playfulness from a piece that's predominantly featuring dark colors, but he's really managed to bring that here.
It's like great overall. Like I was really wondering if we were going to see sort of like, because we had the really bright yellow and like the lovely colours in the jazz-inspired piece of work. So I'm really glad that we've got those vibrant colours in a darker setting as well for this final round. Really, really like that.
Oh my goodness, Jennifer. She has struck us again with this glow that she's been able to achieve.
There's such a great beauty and solemnness that's been captured in this canvas. Like, I'm really blown away by Jennifer's capturing of this angel, and also like the use of white paint that Jennifer just seems to have a command that it almost comes across as like actual light. It's just staggering.
Oh, totally. That's such a great comment too, because white has this ability to just, because it's so high opacity, it can really obliterate any other color. And her careful use of it is just that, as you were saying, that mastery.
It's such a particular skill that I really just think it gives the piece of work that added dimension. And Actually, I'm just double checking the time because I think we are slowly running out of it, but we are seeing some amazing, amazing works just right up to the death of it.
3, 2, 1. Hey, mercy, down, hey, mercy, down, hey, mercy, down. Y'all got 2 minutes to vote, 2 minutes to vote. Make sure you get on your phone, go ahead and check in, tag us on social media. But don't forget to vote, don't forget to vote, don't forget to vote. The bar's still open, get you something to drink. Get you a little tequila, vodka, you know what I'm saying? Some Henny maybe on. Now they got beer over there too. Get you something to drink, get you something to drink. You got 2 minutes to vote, 2 minutes to vote, let's go.
That final was crazy.
Honestly, I could not agree more. Every single artist has really just blown us away with the developments of their work, but still showcasing their iconic styles. What a final round.
And only one of these artists will be crowned the winner of tonight's Dallas City Final, and that artist will be moving forward into the Texas State Championship. And the winner of the Texas State Championship will be moving forward into nationals. So we have a really exciting trajectory happening, and it all is dependent on your vote right now. So head over to artbattle.com/AB2532 to cast your vote in the third and final round of the Art Battle Dallas City Championships. Max, any overarching thoughts for tonight?
I guess my overarching thought is always the same that I like to have here when we're watching Art Battle, is if your favourite sadly didn't make it through to the final round or isn't the winner tonight, then that's all good. Go to artbattle.com, have a look at the artists that were involved, show them some love, and it's like I always say, show the artists some love. They've all been amazing, they've all performed incredibly well, and all of these pieces of work have just been truly incredible to see come together live in this space here at Art Battle.
And all of the pieces are available for silent auction as well. You don't need to be in the room to bid and collect these works. And it's a great way to start an art collection and to also have a piece that you have a memory attached to. You saw this piece be born. So a very cool way to collect art, and you can collect and bid on these pieces at that same link at the bottom of your screen. Max, anything cool on the horizon that you have in terms of projects coming up that you'd like to share?
So, in terms of projects, my band, we have our last gig of the year in Manchester. We're playing at the very prestigious Manchester venue, Night and Day Cafe, so hopefully we can see some people really turning out for that. I am a drummer by trade, so I'll be playing with my amazing bandmates, and aside from that, it's just my usual, which is if you like any of the commentating I've done tonight, or you like my voice, or anything like that, then you can check me out. I believe at my TikTok handle, which is also my Instagram handle, which is Max Orrell, which is spelt MAXXORRELL, and that would be it for me.
And you can find that link in the description box of this video for anyone who wants to check out Max's awesomeness across the internet.
Hells yeah.
All right, votes are starting to trickle in, and I know that it's going to be a pretty short voting term for these artists. So make sure that if you haven't gotten your vote in, get in there, get that vote in, and support your favorite artist and send them to the Texas State Finals in the spring.
Honestly, what a round. Like, I always say this, and I understand why, but I wouldn't want to be the person choosing between these four amazing artists. Like, the power is entirely up to you guys viewing both live and here with us on the stream. So please vote for your favourites, get onto it. It is going to be a short voting round, but I think I can speak for both of us when I say any one of these artists will be absolutely deserving to take home this title and to move forward with their trajectory with Art Battle.
Absolutely, and we will be back in just a few short moments with our winner announcement. I'm literally on the edge of my seat now, and we would love to hear from you guys in the comments on who you're voting for, and especially if you had any favorite moments across the evening.
videographers dropping it low. Our photographer dropping it low. We're picking it back up. That's her. That DJ might be right there. Yeah. 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 Come on. Here we go. Are y'all ready for the winner? Yeah, all right. There you have it, Michelle.
All right, me again. Is everybody in here? All our artists in here? Artists, make sure, I kind of made an announcement earlier. Make sure you sign your paintings. I have Sharpie markers. Don't forget to, everyone should have received the auction notification. It'll send you a link if you won. After I announce everything, you guys can come up. Artists, if they're still here, make sure take pictures, follow them, to continue to support these local artists because they are amazing. So, one quick announcement. This is our final season finale, right? So this winner will go on to our Texas State Finals, and they'll go up against other Texas cities that have art battle as well. We do have a reigning current champion, and she's all very low key, but this is actually our current reigning champion. Let's give it up for Juliet. Okay, she came, she stole it, and she went on to our Texas State Finals as well. It was actually earlier this year. It just feels like it was 10 years ago. But she is literally about to, this is our trophy right here. She's gonna pass the trophy. Are we ready? All right. So, the Art Battle Dallas City Championship goes to Carissa Nally. Let's give it up for Carissa. Artists, this is our new reigning champion, Carissa.
I'm trying really hard not to cry because I cried. The season opener, I was a wild card and I won. And for me to just make it to the city finals, I really love myself. And thank you guys. Thank you to everyone that showed up for me. I love you all. I appreciate it so much. my adrenaline is going. Oh my God, we're going to the same one.
Thank you guys. Y'all give it up for Kristen one more time. And thank you to all the other artists that stick around, take pictures, follow. Thank you guys. Like I said, keep up with us on social media. We'll be launching the new schedule for next year shortly. So y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
And our winner has been announced, and moving forward to the state final is Carissa Nally. A huge congratulations to Carissa for this stunning, well-earned win in a very tough competition.
Absolutely. There was stiff competition from round 1, round 2, right to the final, but she absolutely brought her A game, and she really showed her pedigree in terms of like somebody that has done well with that battle before, so massive congratulations to her.
And a huge shout out and congratulations to our team on the ground for an absolutely incredible season. And of course, to all of our artists who painted with us tonight. We will be opening applications for next season very shortly. I think that they might be active now. Head to artbattle.com/artists if you would like to compete. And Max, a huge thank you so much for your wonderful commentary and insights for the Dallas City Championship.
As always, it's been an absolute pleasure to commentate with you, lovely.
All right, we will be back in about 20 minutes for Art Battle in Pawtucket. So stay tuned to the stream for more live painting goodness.